Where we left on at the end of season 4 was newly engaged, with a seemingly new outlook on life.
Yeah, I know it's a surprise, but she makes me very happy.
Well, let's get her in here.
But with some very unanswered questions, and not only the stability of that relationship, but also very unstable in the sense of that particular move.
It sort of appropriately comes out of the blue, but it also makes sense. This guy is someone who needs to be married, needs some kind of structure.
I think there are a lot of unanswered questions for everyone at the end of the season.
We've got some great news.
Are you two getting married?
Peggy is feeling very frustrated because she just saved the company.
We signed an account. Topaz Pantyhose. It's $250,000.
How'd you do that?
She feels like that epitomizes that a woman does a great job in the office and saves the company, but nobody cares because all they want to do is talk about marriage.
She's very beautiful.
She really just cares about Don and cares about what he's doing with his life, and she doesn't want him to just make the same mistakes all over again. She knows Don very well, and he's been on this downward spiral the entire season that she has witnessed and been there for. And he's sort of now just gonna decide to turn his back on all of that and pretend it didn't happen. And I think she's concerned about that and concerned about his decision.
And he's smiling like a fool, like he's the first man that ever married his secretary. She's 25, as if that's news.
So when are you gonna tell them your news?
They'll know soon enough. We leave Joan at the end of season 4, clearly pregnant and clearly with Mr. Sterling's baby, although her husband believes it to be his.
Don't post it, it's for you. It's been discussed among the partners that you be promoted.
Joan gets a sort of title promotion at the end of the season where she becomes
Director of Agency Operations.
which is a little acknowledgement from the men in the office, but no raise.
$100,000 each from the senior partners and $50,000 for Mr. Campbell and I would buy us 6 months or so, provided we make a drastic reduction in staff.
$50,000?
Peter just had a child, and as it is in life sometimes, right when something great happens to you that is probably going to take a lot of financial help, the financial thing becomes a little unsteady.
I don't know that your company will be here in 6 months.
Business was very much up in the air. They'd taken a big blow to the company by losing Lucky Strike, which wiped out 3/4 of their billings and income.
They're gonna fire everybody.
When they lose Lucky Strike, they have to drastically downsize the staff. They're afloat, just, and they're keeping their head above water, just.
Well, we were looking for another big fish to fill that hole.
Public service. Free work. That's just what we should be doing right now.
We didn't quite know where the business was going to come from.
You always say if you don't like what they're saying about you, change the conversation.
Don writes an open letter to the New York Times saying why I quit tobacco. And he spins it his way, which is like the American Cancer Society. The board is loaded with CEOs of big companies who we could do work with. They want us to come in and meet about an anti-smoking campaign. Everybody is dealing with the reality that is versus the perception that they put over on people.
We're not buying a house, Trudy.
Are we going under?
A lot of things were up in the air, and we moved to address many of those things throughout the 5th season.
I love you, you know.
AMC's Mad Men 2-hour season premiere Sunday, March 25th at a special time. For more exclusive video, go to amctv.com.